Hi guys, welcome back to Eats, Treats and Travel. We have been back for just over a month now from our Canary Island cruise. It's actually the day before Christmas Eve. And we wanted to give you a bit of an overview of the holiday, what we thought of different things, what we thought of the holiday overall, and discuss something that has been quite a popular question.
The drinks package.
So I was going to start with actually getting to Tenerife. We flew with Jet2. It wasn't a chartered flight or anything, so it was a normal scheduled flight. It was okay.
It's a flight.
Yeah.
Simple as that, really. There's nothing more to be said. Just no different to Ryanair or EasyJet. They were fine. They got you there on time. You know,
Yeah,
it was what it was. It wasn't like a luxury flight or anything like that. It's, did the job.
Yeah. The bus transfer to the ship as well. That was pretty good, pretty easy.
Yeah. You had to wear masks on the bus, didn't you?
Yeah, they do have a mask policy for public transport, and we only ever used public transport twice, which was to the ship and from the ship. The ship did provide you with masks as well if you didn't have any going back.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty easy. You had people sort of coming out of the terminal in Tenerife. You had people pointing you to the P&O buses and things like that. It was all pretty easy. Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty straightforward, to be honest, though.
Yeah.
And they got us to the terminal. We went through the security bit. That was all right. That was fine. And then went straight on the ship. And that was it, really. Got to our cabin, which was nice enough. You've seen the cabin videos. It was fine.
Our cruise card was actually outside the little sign on our outside our cabin. They used to, before the pandemic, they would sort of scan your cards, scan your boarding passes, and give you your cards. That's not how it works now.
No,
certainly not with P&O. Whether it's different with other ones, we haven't had the chance to try yet.
No, that's right. And then when we got on there, then we wanted to just make sure everything was sorted, because we did intend to have the drinks package, the deluxe drinks package. So we had to go to Sindhu to go and sort that out. That was pretty painless, basically. And once that was done, then we could start enjoying that sort of package and the holidays and whatnot.
Yeah. When you got to Sindhu, they wanted you to sit down. They gave you all the terms and conditions of the drinks package, made sure you understood it. Then they took your cards away. They charged one of you rather than a drinks package on each card. I think you charged it to mine, didn't you? So it was on my card. You both had a little sticker that said Ultimate, which would then entitle you to your drinks.
But going on to the drinks package, as I said, we did the deluxe drinks package, and it was $39.95 per person per day. If you're in a cabin, obviously, me and my wife Sarah, we were in a cabin together, obviously. So if I wanted the drinks package and she didn't, it's tough, basically. Yeah. You've got to have, if I have it, she's got to have it. That's how it works. And
you have to have the same drinks package. You can't have a different one, which would have been more beneficial for us.
Yeah, that's what we were told. So that's what it was. It was 15 alcoholic drinks per person per day, up to the value of $6.95 per drink. Things like soda, Coca-Cola and soft drinks, coffees, they were unlimited. Bottled water, 500ml bottles of water they would give you.
330ml.
Oh, there was 500?
No, 330ml. So
sorry.
It was the same mil as you'd have in a normal can of Coke. And for the soda, it was soda on tap that you could have.
Yeah, you couldn't have cans of Diet Coke or Coca-Cola or anything like that.
They charge you.
Yeah, they charge you for that. What I would probably say is there was 15 minutes between each drink.
Yeah.
So, you had to wait for that.
That was regardless of what drink you had,
doesn't
whether
matter
it was
what it is.
alcoholic, soda, water, it doesn't matter. There had to be 15 minutes between each order of drink.
Yes, each. And it had to be 1 drink per card.
Yeah.
So I'd have to order my drink, and then Sarah would have to order her drink. I couldn't just say 2 vodka and cokes, please, and you, because it was the same card, same cabin, same account.
Yeah.
But no, they were, and some of them, I mean, I think, I'm not going to say who it was, but one of the places we went to most of the time, they were a little bit more flexible, not giving us anything we weren't supposed to have.
No.
But they wouldn't worry so much if I was, I'd drink my drink in 5-10 minutes and then they'd come back over. But in some of the bars, a lot of the more busier bars, they were a bit more strict with it. The prices on board for the drinks, I think a vodka and coke, Smirnoff vodka, or Grey Goose vodka, and only single measures, not double measures.
You couldn't have double measures on that.
So single measures with a mixer was in under the $6.95 a glass. A double was under the $6.95 a glass, but you can't have a double.
No.
You have to pay for that. Doesn't make sense to me. There was one of those things that I was a little bit worried about, because I thought to myself, well, it's under $6.95 a glass. It's in my 15 alcoholic drinks a day. What's the issue? But they wouldn't do it. Simple as that. And it didn't matter, what bar you went to, they wouldn't do it. Cocktails, the cocktails are, again, under $6.95 a glass is fine. Strawberry daiquiris, margaritas, Mai Tai, what do you call that other one we had? Something on the beach, Sex on the Beach, is it? That one.
Beach, yeah.
Those ones were included. Anything like, I think they did a caramel, what's the coffee when you like? I can't think what it's called now.
Espresso martini.
That's it. But it was a caramel espresso martini. Yeah. That was over nine quid. Yeah. So if you wanted that. Now, if you wanted something like that, that's over the $6.95 a glass. To me, what it would be is that you would pay the difference, but you don't. No. You pay the full price, but they give you 20% discount off the drink. So again, that was a bit of a sticky point for me, because they weren't, don't get me wrong, there's plenty of choice on there, but if you want to try something different, it wasn't, there was loopholes and things like that. And I will say, and I can drink a little bit when I want to drink a little bit, but we didn't have nowhere near our money's worth. You know what I mean? I was drinking about 3 or 4 bottles or pints, if you like, or cocktails, 3 or 4 drinks by the pool in the day, and then a few drinks in the night. Sarah doesn't really drink.
No.
Not a great deal. She'll have a couple of cocktails, but not many, Costa coffees were included, but only single. You couldn't have a double shot of espresso, otherwise you'd have to pay the extra, or pay for the double.
Pay for the,
Yeah. So, in my opinion, I wouldn't go for it again, because we would save money by not having it and still paying for our drinks. And then the beauty of paying for our own drinks is we can have whatever we like when we like. Like, say that if you have a Coke, they'll give you half.
Yeah.
They won't give you a pint.
Very small.
Yeah. So if it's warm, bump, that's gone, and then you can't have another drink then on the drinks package for 15 minutes.
And I personally did ask for a pint of Diet Coke a few times, and they said that they couldn't actually give me a pint of Diet Coke. It had to be in the small ones.
Yeah.
So, and even that was just the pool bars. The normal bars, if I wanted a Diet Coke, I would get, like, it was almost like a shot glass of Diet Coke.
Yeah.
And it's fine. I was still getting drinks. I certainly wasn't going thirsty. But my personal opinion, from more of a non-drinker, the fact that I had to have the ultimate alcoholic drinks package was a big waste of money for me personally.
Yeah. We thought we'd have it because it would be, because it's like when you go on a cruise, we're not rich people, so there is always a budget. We thought if we have that, we know we haven't got to worry, basically. We can drink whatever we want to drink, when we want to drink it, and that's it. But in terms of value for money, They're just missing a few things. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like the amount of drinks you get is, I think, is more than enough per person per day. No argument there. But it's like this business of, you know, if you want to have a drink and it's over the £6.95, instead of just paying that difference, so if it's £2 extra to pay, that would make sense to me. You would have to pay for the full drink, but they give you 20% discount off it. So then you're paying more money. So, and then, as I said, they'll only give you half pints of Coke, you know, or single vodkas, but when a double vodka is still under the threshold of the price that you can have, I don't see the issue. But there we are. So I probably wouldn't go for that again. It's just missing a few things. It's like when you go with Royal Caribbean, and we've only done it once, and we didn't have a drinks package with them. It is a bit more, quite a bit more expensive, but it's you have what you want. You know, I think it's up to $15 a glass, something like that. And I mean, there's no, as far as I'm aware, there's no restrictions, or there's not many restrictions.
But it was 2018 when we did the Royal Caribbean thing. It was way before the pandemic, so we wouldn't know really.
No. We are planning to possibly do another one in the future, but I mean, the crew are fabulous. They're always great. We never no issues with the crew.
No, I honestly, every time we've been on Azura 3 times, I'm sure we've mentioned that once or twice.
Yeah.
And we tend to sort of stick to the same bars that we sort of found the first time round. And it wasn't Breaker's Bar, was it? What's the bar called on the very back?
I can't remember.
Terrace
Bar.
Yeah,
it's right on the back of the ship. You see, if you've seen the video.
Yeah.
It's where there's just a pool, but that's the area we always go to.
It was such a nice, quiet area in the evening, and the staff there, every time we've been on, have been super friendly, really chatty. I loved them, didn't I?
Oh, they were great.
They were fantastic, and some at the Breakers Bar as well, which is the sort of like the middle outdoor bar. It's got the smoking area right by it, so it's quite popular.
Yeah.
The staff there we went up there once on our first night, and every time we went back and the same staff member saw us, they asked us if they wanted our drink.
Yes.
And they reeled off our drink. So they were fantastic. They were so attentive. You know, it was brilliant.
Yeah. Couldn't fault the staff. You never can. No. All 3 times we've been, they've been superb every time. So couldn't fault them whatsoever. What else? Food, yeah. Very good food. Nothing wrong with the food at all. However, what I will say is you can tell that they're cutting down on things. They've been a little bit tighter, I would say, on portion sizes. That's fine. I have got no issue with that.
You think so?
I think so, yeah. I found the dining room to be the dining room is always chaotic, I know.
Yeah.
But it was particularly chaotic, and the staff seemed to just want to get you in most of the time and get you out, as you know, not sort of as quickly as, if you know what I mean. It didn't feel as attentive as what we've had previously. Food wasn't bad, but it wasn't fantastic either. I've had better food here where we live now. There's a restaurant not far away. We've been there tonight, and better food there than what I've had on through the cruise. So, you know, it's what you want at the end of the day. You know, but I mean, the specialty restaurants that we tried, we did Sindhu. That was very good, but again, I didn't find it as good as it was when we went on there first of all. As I've said before, you know, in the videos we've done, didn't have that wow factor. It was a nice restaurant. The price does reflect it as well. It's a lot cheaper than what it was when we did it first off, because we paid. It was either £50. I think it was each.
Yeah, it was £50 each first time we went. Yeah. To
eat there, and it was when Atul Kutcher, the Michelin star chef, was in charge of it all, or it was based off his restaurant in London.
This was in 2012. No.
Yeah. It was a long time ago. Don't get me wrong, but you can tell that now it's more like a bit of a posh curry house, and that's basically what it is. bit of fusion food. So they try and do British dishes, but with an Indian twist, as I said on the video. You know, with different flavors and what have you. And I couldn't. It's not saying it's bad at all. It was really nice, and we would go back there again. But it wasn't the wow factor that we had when we first did it.
I really enjoyed my meal in Sindhu. I thought that was really nice. It was well cooked. It was huge. I thought the staff was still quite attentive, but
the staff were great
in comparison to the first time we went, where going to Sindhu was billed as an experience. It just wasn't the same, but that doesn't mean that it was a bad experience. It was lovely food. It was really well presented. You were looked after.
Yeah. Very good.
The food obviously was cheaper. So beforehand in 2012, you pay a cover charge. So that cover charge would be £50 each, and then you could have whatever you wanted from the menu. Now the menu is you pay per dish, even though it's dramatically reduced. You're not paying that cover charge, so you know it's a little bit more like a restaurant then, where you'd normally go and pay per dish.
Yeah.
It's not associated with Atul culture anymore.
No.
Not really sure why, but it was nice. It was still a beautifully decorated restaurant.
Oh, lovely. Very nice.
And the food was still really nice. I thought so anyway.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. The food was very good. And in the glass house, we did the glass house, which you saw. That was very good. The standout one for me was the starters. The starters were really, really good. The steak that I had was very, very nice. It wasn't a bad steak. It was really good, really cooked well. But I have had better. So, you know, but again, very good. And we would go back there again, but again, not spellbounding. You know, it wasn't spellbound. It wasn't over the top excellent. It was very nice, really happy with it, but nothing that meant we didn't walk out there thinking, wow, that is a class place. A nice place, but the money does reflect it as well, you know, so.
I had these sliders in the glass house and I really enjoyed them. They were different. It was better than having just like a normal burger. There was a lot of different flavours. They really complemented each other. But the
desserts let it down a bit, didn't
they? The desserts really did let it down. We had a strawberry and cream donut, and when I tasted it, it reminded me of a bagel. And then you turned around and you described it perfectly. Where when we were younger, you used to be able to get these cream cakes that were full of synthetic cream, and the dough was like, well, almost like bread, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like very similar to a bagel dough.
Yeah,
a little bit lighter than that, but that sort of texture. It just lacked imagination on the desserts for me. I mean, it looked pretty. It looked very, very pretty.
They really did look.
It
fantastic.
looked the job, but when you actually got into it, it was very, very thrown together. That's what it seemed like, because the chocolate tart thing was just Nutella out of a jar with raspberries on top. That's it. You know, that's what it was. So I don't know if we did a P&O again, which we probably would. I don't know if I'd go there again. I wouldn't rush to go there. I'd go there if we wanted a change, I think.
Yeah, I think for me, if there was something on the menu that I really wanted to try, then yeah, I'd go.
Yeah.
But based on what we had and sort of the experience that we had, not that it was anything was bad, I wouldn't sort of jump to go back.
No. But I mean, we didn't, the cruise was a very good value cruise. I think we paid something like, I can't remember now exactly what it was, but it was under 500 quid each, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was like 425 each or something like that.
It wasn't no more than that, I don't think. And that was everything included: flights, transfers, food, entertainment, everything. So it was good value. And then we did the beach house. We did the beach house as well, didn't we?
Yeah.
I think just chose the wrong thing.
I did. I really did choose the wrong thing.
I had what did I have? Fillet steak I had on one of those lava block things. Yeah. Fabulous thing to come out to the restaurant. but you can't. The steak doesn't rest.
No.
That's the only thing, and so it's you know, it's tense. It's not tender. So I like to take it off and just let it rest, because that's what you're supposed to do. And once I did that, it was lovely. There was nothing wrong with it at all. It was really good, a good meal. And the charge to go in there was only, I think it was £7.50 each.
£7.50, and
so you
then
couldn't go wrong.
there were extra charges on certain dishes. So Gareth's was another £7.50 on top.
Yeah, but you're talking. I think it was a 10-ounce fillet steak for that, and it had been trimmed as well, so it was just meat basically. But it was nice enough. It was lovely. We didn't do any others, did we?
No, but going back to the main dining room, I felt that they were maybe slightly short-staffed, because, I mean, they were running back and forth, the staff there. And I mean, sometimes they were coming back with 10 plates high on each arm.
Yeah.
So I do feel that they were a little bit understaffed, and I do feel that there wasn't all that much in terms of choice. Now, I am in no way vegan. I am in no way vegetarian. I can't really eat fish. I don't do well with fish.
No.
And there were a lot of fish choices, and sometimes there were a couple of meat choices that I wouldn't have been able to have eaten. So I did have to go for the vegan options. And for one of the desserts I had, it was billed as a chocolate brownie. It was like a slab of cake, and it was unbelievably dry.
Oh,
it was
awful.
Incredibly dry.
It wasn't good.
I don't even think I finished it.
Yeah, I'll say that for all the desserts I had on there, absolutely everything in all the specialty restaurants, the dining room, everywhere, the buffet, by far the best dessert was the homemade ice cream that they do in the dining room. That was lovely. That was really, really good. I had a few different desserts there, which you've seen. A frangipan tart was dry as old boots. There was a Bakewell cake I think I had in the dining room. That was dry as old boots. It had been under the heat lamp for ages. So it wasn't... We've had better when we've gone with Azura. Believe you me, we have had better. But that isn't to say that some of the food wasn't good. But like Sarah said, that it's lack of choice more than anything else. They tend to do cooked dinner. So it's a Sunday lunchy sort of thing, yeah? Guinea fowl, I had guinea fowl once, I had beef once, you know, chicken once. But it all comes with veg, roast potatoes or some form of potato and gravy. That's it.
So, I also had another vegan dish for a starter, which was basically deep fried veg. It wasn't that nice. The veg was kind of mushy, and I'm not sure how they did it and made it vegan. I don't understand it all, but yeah, that just wasn't nice. And that's not because I'm not against veganism. I'm not against vegetarianism.
Oh God, no.
I will eat a vegan meal with no issues. I will eat a vegetarian meal with no issues.
Oh yeah, lovely. No problem at all there.
It wasn't there.
No.
Whether it lacked seasoning or it was dry, it just missed the mark somewhere.
I tell you what I felt is that I felt that because it was a later cruise in the year, in terms of the fact that that ship Azura is docked in Tenerife and it's there for a couple of months going through to Christmas. The cruise cost was very cheap for a cruise, you know. I think what we paid for and what we actually had was good value for money, but it was that value for money. It wasn't 5-star. Yeah. So that's the best I can say. And it sounds like if we're ripping it to bits, but I'm just being honest with you. Yeah, we're just being honest with you completely. I don't want to say, oh, it was fantastic food. If it was good food, but not fantastic food, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Definitely cruise on Azura again, because we've been on it 3 times and we had our honeymoon on this. It's special to us.
Yeah.
So we would definitely go on her again. There's no question about that. And definitely cruise with P&O, because they are good. Very, very good. We've been with better, but they are very good for the price that they charge. And you can't knock that, you know.
The entertainment on
that
board.
was lacking, and it's always hit or miss. And the last time we went, we had good entertainment. We had Killer Queen, and we had Tina Turner tributes to them too.
They were fantastic when we went to see them.
This time they had
Annie
Lennox. Yeah, she was good as Annie Lennox, but I couldn't listen to no more of her. But that might not be because of her. That might be because I'm not a massive fan of Annie Lennox anyway. So that might just be that, you know. They had a comedian on there called Tucker who opens up for Loose Women before the cameras come on. He was okay. He was like a bit like Bradley Walsh, but not as good.
Yeah, poor man's Bradley Walsh. And that's no offence. It's
the best way I can describe him, basically, is that sort of cheeky, chappy Essex sort of accent, sort of that sort of humour, you know. So it was okay, but it wasn't, that was the only entertainment we actually went to see.
We went to see Soul Kinda Wonderful.
Oh, yeah, sorry, we did.
I do have to explain. On the first video, I did showcase a little bit of Soul Kinda Wonderful. And I did put Wood Kinda Wonderful for some reason. I think it was the autocorrect on my phone.
It happens all the time.
I do apologise for that. It is Soul Kinda Wonderful. They were okay.
Yeah, they were good. They were all right. You know, they were no more. There was no better than any of the others, really, were they?
No, I mean, they stood out a little bit more, but firstly, it's not my kind of music, so I'm not going to be, you know, first in line to see them. A lot of people were quite impressed, and at the same time, I did overhear a lot of passengers on the ship being like, well, that kind of sucked, to want of a better word. So, I mean, they weren't bad at all, and they just finished touring with the 3 Degrees.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they can't be bad. Not if they're on tour, especially touring with the 3 Degrees. But they just weren't my kind of thing.
Yeah, same here. I mean, they were okay. They were passable. They were fine. Nothing special about them, if I'm honest. They're not trying to be disrespectful or anything like that. But, I mean, that's it. That's what they were. So, yeah. So, I mean, what else was it? Food, entertainment, drinks package. The actual trip itself was lovely. The weather was absolutely, as you saw in the videos, it was absolutely boiling. I think it was like 28, 29 degrees. The places we hadn't been before, they were all really pretty places. I was really surprised with Madeira because I hadn't been there before.
Such a beautiful place.
That was absolutely gorgeous, that place. Really nice. We wanted more time there, if anything else, to be honest with you. But yeah, it was nice. I'd definitely go back to the Canary Islands again. But perhaps longer. It was the 7-night cruise. We've never done 7 nights before. It's always been a minimum of at least 14. I would do longer next time because we found that once we got off the plane, got to the ship, checked in, did everything you got to do. It took a couple of days then for us to chill and relax and what have you. And then we were getting ready to come back home again. So we wouldn't, I think we both said, I mean, if we do another one over there, we'd probably do longer.
Yeah.
You know.
But with the trip itself, I mean, it is exactly what we needed at that point.
It was really lovely. Lovely to get away. It was the first holiday we had in about 5 years.
It was, before we came away, I was dead against having the drinks package and things like that.
Yeah.
I wanted to save money. And then the closer we came, I was just so fed up of worrying about everything. I said, right, okay, we'll go for the drinks package and we'll make sure that this holiday is completely worry-free. Which it was. I did notice a few things about the ship. It was a smell here or there, which did sort of make us move at one point. We were
bad sometimes.
Right by the pool. We were enjoying, we'd been there for about an hour, I think.
Yeah.
And we were enjoying the sunshine. We'd been in and had a dip. And then all of a sudden, there was this
it was bad.
God almighty smell that we had to move away from because it was turning our stomachs.
Yeah, it was really bad. We hadn't had it before, have we?
No, I mean, the last twice that we were on the ship, you go to a certain area on deck 7, you think, oh, okay, that's where the septic tanks are.
Yeah.
You know where they were. But I think this time, I think there might have been something wrong with them because it didn't matter where you went on the ship, you could smell it.
Yeah.
Not all the time, and there was one particular night where we were, I'm pretty sure it was the last formal night, where we came down the lifts at the back of the ship.
From the buffet down to where Manhattan Bar is, that little alleyway were there. The smell there was unbearable.
It was horrendous.
Awful. Really, really, really bad.
And the next day you could smell it as well. It must have been in something.
It must have been a leak or something, because that is normal for that ship. It's normally very good.
Really isn't. I put it down to it just having a bit of bad luck. But it was far more noticeable this time around, excuse me.
Yeah, so what else is it? I think that's about it, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah, the ship herself is getting older. She's 10 now, isn't she?
Yeah.
And although we've had 3 beautiful cruises on there.
Oh, yeah.
You can see that she's getting older.
Compared to what's out there now, you know, she is one of the older ships, you know, and especially what like P&O has got on the market now, like is it Arriva,
I think it's Arriva, and they've got Iona.
And Iona, you know, I mean, those ships look fantastic, and we will be looking at those, you know, to do a cruise on one of them, possibly, maybe even next year. You never know. We'll see.
Calm down.
But I mean, still a lovely, lovely ship. Really comfortable, lovely staff. Food was very good. Can't knock. I'm not saying the food was bad, guys. Honest to God, I'm not. It was good food. It just wasn't
hitting the mark all the time.
It wasn't hitting the mark all the time. Yeah, perfect. That's exactly what I would say. You know, so there we are. But
the trip was good. I know we've spent about half an hour here just slated many things. The trip was
excellent,
incredible.
Yeah, it was good.
The staff, or every staff member that we came into contact with, they were good, perfect. They'd remember your name and things like that. It was such a lovely personal thing for them to do as well.
Yeah,
I was so impressed and so appreciative of every one of them.
And believe it or not, this cruise vlog that we've done, this entire series that we've done, has been very successful for us.
It has, considering it wasn't a working holiday.
No, it was a holiday, and we tried to shoot as much as we possibly could. It's been extremely well received on YouTube. It's like 5,000-6,000 views spread across all the episodes, which is the best we've ever had. And we've gained about 50 odd, nearly 60 subscribers. So we can't thank you enough for that. That's absolutely awesome, and it inspires us to keep going, and keep doing videos. And because we haven't really had any negative feedback, to be honest with you. It's all been really positive
and all constructive, which I really do appreciate.
Yeah, we appreciate that, as long as it's polite. You know, there's no problem. You know what I mean? No issue at all. We'll take it on board. You know, comment. You know, if there's anything you want to know about us, comment in the comment section. We'll answer you. And we've got loads of plans for next year. Quite a few things, a couple of things booked, and a load of new things to do next year. So there'll be more
taking
coming.
Him to a haunted prison, whether he likes it or not.
So we'll be doing that, and we will be looking at another cruise as well. So there'll be might possibly be another vlog coming. Might be P&O, might not be. We don't know yet. We haven't seen one yet that spins through us. So, yeah. But thank you ever so much for watching. We really appreciate your support. And
I would really like to welcome all the new subscribers to our channel.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you ever so much for subscribing, and thank you to our regular subscribers who have been with us from the beginning. We have absolutely adored making this, and we cannot wait to make more. There is one coming up in May. Hopefully, it's not a cruise, but it is somewhat of a
nice, long, lengthy trip.
Yes.
That we will be vlogging, and will be another series that'll be coming up. And like Sarah have said, there is a few other things that we got in the pipeline, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. So we're going to leave it here. I do want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you believe, whatever you celebrate. Stay safe, stay warm, be happy. We will be back in the new year. We haven't got a Christmas special. We haven't got a New Year's special, only because we've been working. We've
flat out, basically,
since
we come back from the holiday.
Yeah, we've finished work today, ready for Christmas, and we've finished filming this now.
Yeah.
And we were supposed to film this a few weeks ago, so it has been incredibly busy.
Yeah.
Again, thank you all so much. You have absolutely no idea how much we appreciate you commenting, liking, subscribing. You even like talking to each other in the comment section as well, which is
lovely
fantastic.
To see that.
It's
awesome
great to see. I'm always spying on it as well. So yeah, thanks again. Have a wonderful Christmas.
Merry
wherever
Christmas
you
all.
are in the world. We absolutely adore you. And thank you for sticking with us.
Take care all.
Bye.
See you soon.